Hello, everyone. This is Jay Dobbins of the official Marvel DC Multiverse, and we are now at episode 474, and I'll be doing a review on Venom: The Last Dance. So, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Venom: The Last Dance, I strongly suggest that you not listen to this episode. You've been warned. So, Eddie Brock and Venom are drunk in the bar in Mexico, still on a run after their recent battle with Carnage. The murder of Patrick Mulligan makes international headlines, with Eddie being named the prime suspect, forcing him to set out to New York City and attempt to clear his name. So this takes place after the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, when he's transported back to his universe in the after credits scene, of course. But anyway, unbeknownst to either of them, a creature known as a xenophage has begun tracking Eddie and Venom. The recent events catch the attention of Rex Strickland, a soldier who oversees Imperium, a government operation at the site of the soon-to-be decommissioned Area 51, for the capture and study of the symbiotes that have fallen to Earth, of course. So Mulligan revealed to have survived his encounter with Carnage. He is captured after being left for dead by another symbiote, which I will not be surprised if that symbiote finds Carnage. But anyway, who eluded Strickland's soldiers, of course. He is bonded with one of many contained symbiotes and questioned by Imperium researchers, Dr. Teddy Payne and Sadie Christmas, to learn about the symbiote's purpose on Earth before Strickland is ordered to bring Venom down. While attaching themselves to the side of an airplane bound for New York City, Eddie and Venom are attacked by the xenophage, tracking them, and are forced to drop off into a desert field. Venom explains to Eddie that xenophages were unleashed into the universe by Null, the creator of the symbiotes, to retrieve the codex, which is forged when a symbiote resurrects its host. Ooh. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, this can free Null from the prison the symbiotes trapped him in long ago. And because Venom revived once before, he now carries a codex that the xenophage has now tracked to Earth. After being ambushed by Strickland and his team while barely escaping from them, and of course the xenophage, Eddie meets Martin Moon and his family of traveling hippies and alien enthusiasts, who offer him a ride to Vegas on their way to Area 51. Meanwhile, Mulligan's new symbiote informs Strickland of Null's intentions with the Codex, which can only be destroyed if either Eddie or Venom dies. So, arriving in Vegas, Eddie and Venom run into Mrs. Chen at a casino on vacation, and Venom shares a dance with her before being ambushed by the xenophage again. And Strickland's team arrives, separates Venom from Eddie and takes them to Area 51, where Eddie reunites with Mulligan. Sadie frees Venom, who rebonds with Eddie after Strickland shoots him. That definitely, of course, sets off the Codex once again. So this attracts the Xenophage to the base, killing Mulligan. Venom has other confined symbiotes released, which bond with Sadie and other hosts to fight off the Xenophage, who has signaled to Null that the Codex has been found. Null sends more Xenophages through portals to Earth, overwhelming the symbiotes. Realizing he must sacrifice himself to destroy the Codex and save the universe, Venom merges with the Xenophages, leads them into acid tanks, and bids Eddie farewell before ejecting him as a mortally wounded Strickland sets off the grenades and destroys them. So Pain bonds with a symbiote to save Sadie from the explosion, while Eddie falls unconscious as the base burns. Eddie later wakes up in a hospital where a military official informs Eddie that his actions with Venom at Area 51 have earned him an expungement. Under the condition of keeping the events that transpired a secret, of course. But arriving in New York, Eddie gazes at the Statue of Liberty while remembering Venom. In a mid-credit scene, Null declares that the universe is no longer safe from him now that Venom has fallen. In the end-credit scene, a panic bartender escapes the burned remains of Area 51 as a black cockroach crawls out of the rubble next to a broken vial that previously contained a sample of the Venom symbiote. So, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Venom's still alive because of the black cockroach. If the black cockroach, because I know cockroaches are brown or dark brown. They're not black. Not that I know of anyway. So, since cockroach is black, I'm going to have to assume that Venom's alive and he's going to find Eddie at some point. So I'm going to say that I'm going to give the film a 8 out of 10. Because one, you had the other symbiotes. Most of them were killed off, which I was pretty pissed off about that. Also, who else? I just felt like the movie should have been longer, honestly, but it was still as good as the first one. I mean, it was better than the second one. The second one was okay, but the first one's always going to be the best one, but the third one was just as good as the first one. So, Venom's last dance is not what you think, pretty much. Venom's still alive. I mean, that's what it looks like. And also, they were talking about Tom Hardy crossing over with Spider-Man in Spider-Man 4. So, that's good news in my opinion. Special effects was good. CGI was excellent. Storyline was also good. I liked the beginning scene where he was fighting off a bunch of Mexican drug dealers in the first fighting scene, when he against with the dogs too. So I thought that was pretty good. I knew that Mulligan was going to survive because in the comic books he became Toxin. So I think Anti-Venom and I saw Anti-Venom which was, which the white symbiote hosted, bonded with a scientist. And then, of course, some of the symbionts, bonded with other scientists and some guards. So, unfortunately, they make it, which I was pretty much angry about. But obviously, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, when Venom said, this is farewell for now, that means that he must have left a drop of, because you know how he likes to leave drops of symbiote behind. So I'm gonna assume that he left a drop of symbiote behind, which bonded with the cockroach. And I'm guessing he knew that. That's probably why he said, "Oh, this is goodbye for now." Storyline was okay. I felt like they could have done more. I really hope that Carnage comes back. And of course, Noel was not a one and done character, which I pretty much had a feeling. But yeah, obviously they're going to use him in the future. And of course, he's a Thanos level threat. So he's worse than Thanos. Thanos was willing to wipe out half the universe. Noel's willing to wipe out the entire universe. That's why he's definitely a Thanos level threat, and that's why he's worse than Thanos. But yeah, I liked it. I might add them all in my Apple TV collection, probably all three of them. But I'm not gonna add Let There Be Carnage unless Woody Harrelson reprises his role as Carnage in the upcoming Spider-Man movies. So, but yeah, but now that the Codex is destroyed, I guess, like I said, Venom left a piece of his, self, laying around. So I'm not sure if it bonds with Eddie, it's going to, signal a Codex or trigger a Codex or create a Codex rather. So we don't know, but obviously, Venom is part of the symbiote hive mind. And Carnage's memories are also a part of the symbiote hive mind. So I'm going to have to assume that if the Venom, who knows, Cassidy might, exist in Earth 616. We don't know. But I don't think that, I know that Noel's going to be freed from his prison at some point. But we don't know who's going to free him. I'm going to have to assume Carnage, since he freed Noel in the comics. So, I feel like they could have done more, but, yeah, I mean, it's good enough for me. I thought it was pretty decent, to watch. So, trying to think. But yeah, I'm hearing rumors about, Tom Hardy going against, Tom Holland. So obviously it's going to be a hashtag Tom versus Tom. Tom Hardy's Venom versus Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I'm guessing they're both going to take on Noel. Because I know ain't no way Venom's going to take on Noel alone. And I know that they're not going to write Cosmic Venom into the upcoming Spider-Man films. So, but I hope that they introduce Carnage at some point. And I'm thinking that, I still want to see the black costume saga for Spider-Man. So hopefully they do that. But I don't know. Only time will tell. But yeah, 8 out of 10, most definitely. And by the way, I know I did say I hope they introduce Carnage. I meant to say I hope they bring back Carnage. So I misspoke on that one. So I do apologize for that. And before I forget, Venom, The Last Dance, of course, has made $456.3 million worldwide with a production budget of $120 million. So, and also I also wanted to let you guys know that I'm available. My podcast is available on iTunes Music. So, just wanted to let you guys know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's all I can say about the film. So yeah, that concludes this review. Feel free to follow us on Instagram. We're available on iTunes, Spotify, and of course YouTube.